Alright, hello everyone. Here's another reversible reaction I'm going to show you guys. So what I have in this little tiny beaker is copper sulfate, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. We've used it a lot. So one thing about copper sulfate is that if you look right here, it says CuSO4 plus 5H2O. So this is what we call a hydrous, or meaning it has water inside of it, a hydrous copper sulfate. So we're gonna evaporate the water and see what happens to the color of the copper sulfate. So let's go ahead and heat it up. All right. Just kind of gonna hold it over the flame for a little bit. Alright, you should actually already start to see a little bit of changes going on if you look at the bottom here. It's not quite as blue down there. So let's keep going. I have to be careful because it actually already lit my tongs on fire, which you saw right there. So try not to burn my house down. That would be great. Alright, so yeah, we are continuing to see the light color. So if we kind of mix it a little bit, we can see the different coloring a little bit there. So we can see up on the top, that's what the original color was, and the bottom, it's turning lighter. So as copper sulfate heats up, well, I guess really the reason that copper sulfate, gosh, I keep saying my tongue's on fire. The reason that copper sulfate is blue is because of the water inside of it. So if we take out the water, then it will turn white. And so we can definitely see that going on right here. You can see it perfectly in these layers. So right here, it still has water in it, while above and below, because I mixed it, ooh, I'm actually starting to burn it a little bit. Chemical reaction. It is no longer blue. So yeah, here you can see that, right? So you can see that it turns white when it doesn't have water. I'm gonna adjust my grip on this a little bit. Let's try it over here. Oh yeah, you can really see it there. The bottom there is really white compared to this hydrated copper sulfate there. And my tongs, oh my goodness, they keep catching on fire. My house smells really weird right now. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside for just a second, and we're gonna add some water to it, and we're gonna see what happens to the color. I almost touched that with my bare hands. Once we add water to it. So here's a good side, a lot of white going on there. So let's look at what happens when we add water. Yeah, it's nice and hot so you can hear it. But yeah, you can see that it is turning back to blue. So once that water is rehydrating that copper sulfate, it is turning it back blue. So it'll just keep going back and forth as long as you hydrate it, dehydrate it back and forth. It will turn colors either white to blue or blue to white. So we can see here almost all of it has completely turned back to blue again.